Morning, Steve Freed in Chicago with the morning grain comments. Well, it's this time of year in which the market's trading weather, and it can be all over the place depending upon the 2-week forecast. Overnight, we were a little bit lower. It looked like the map suggested that late next week, the ridge of high pressure that's going to start developing Saturday through Thursday would break down and bring normal weather next weekend. This morning, the maps actually went drier and warmer, and we had a little bit of a bounce this morning. And now I think people are back to being hopeful from a weather standpoint that the ridge actually does break down late next week and brings normal weather for the Midwest next weekend. So a very choppy trade. In the bean market, November beans, we're back up to a level that's around $12.78. Obviously, the closer we get to $13 for November beans, that's resistance. $12.50 is support. D's corn right now is about around $5.20. Again, that's historically this year been a very strong level of resistance with support building at the $4.90 area. We did have some wheat deliveries overnight and some soybean oil deliveries. Still no corn, meal, or bean deliveries, and the July contracts expire on Friday, and cash basis levels for most commodities are very strong and historically strong as we make this transition from last year's drought low supply to hopefully adequate supply if the weather turns mostly normal. We do have a USDA report on Thursday. It could take a back seat to the weather. Again, the market's looking for adequate U.S. world corn and soybean supplies. And the U.S. wheat cry might be a little bit lower, but worldwide wheat stocks should be adequate. From a competitive standpoint on the export side, when we look at new crop, U.S. prices are still too high versus like corn in Ukraine and Brazil, beans in South America, and wheat especially in Europe and the Black Sea areas. So again, choppy trade. It's a weather market. You can trade all over the map. I would think, though, that if the weather does change late next week, prices may struggle to go higher. As always, Friday is kind of an evening up day, especially after the USDA report, and Monday is when all the fireworks will trade depending upon the weather forecast. As always, these are my thoughts and not those of ADM or ADM Investor Services, and have a safe and profitable trading day.